Let's see something. Okay, just kind of getting everything right. There we go. All right, everybody's here. All right, so here we go. We have the first question. Hello, everyone. First, what do you think about forgetting modes and just playing solos based around cage chord shapes? There's a time and place for that. You can't do it all the time. If you saw my most newest Reba video, you know, when you want to focus on chord tones, you play just the chord tones. But the idea is you need scales to sew those moments together. And I don't think when I talk about modes, I really am not talking about the scales. To me, modal scales don't matter. It's the relative modes, which means the chord progression. I always focus on what's the chord progression, you know, and the idea is, I don't think I get a good orientation of, okay, well, this is the mode of the song, so this is going to be my key scale. I'm always going to work on the key scale, always, and then I'm going to focus on chord tones. So soloing on just chord tones, you can't really survive with. There's a place in the time, but you're going to need your key scale or some scales to sew those notes together. And so let's talk more. Okay, so hello everyone. Okay, so first of all, welcome. How's the sound? Is everything okay? Sound wise, I'm here. This is the other end of the studio. You usually see me facing like this way or that way, but I had to move some stuff around. Oh man, I'm glad you're liking the Patreon vids. Thank you. I'm trying hard. Here's the deal. We're just gonna sit and talk. We're gonna hang out tonight. We're just gonna fucking hang out. Pardon my French. Hope no kids are watching. All right, because the idea is this. Oh, I just saw David Finkelstein will be a great guitarist very soon. Wait a second, Todd. How do you know David Finkelstein? This is crazy. My mind is going crazy. This is so funny. And so anyway, so listen, I know the world is nuts right now. And I know it. We're not going to talk about it a lot. Oh, I should turn this down, right? I'm getting a lot of comments on my phone. The idea is this. Let's just hang out. Let's just hang out. You can ask me questions about anything. You can ask me questions about music, guitar, life, anything. I'm here for you. Hey, finishing up your home quarantine. Nice, Jim. That's good. And I got your emails or text, I believe. Jim, you're the man. Just to let you know. So I have my computer on here. If you see me looking, it's easier for me to look at the comments below. But okay, is mastering rhythm important to getting better at lead? Absolutely. Without a doubt. It's what I'm working on with most of my students. Your adherence to rhythm is the most important thing to lead. If you are playing guitar lead-wise, and if you don't focus on the rhythm of the chords, of your solo, of your right hand, of your left hand, you're going to sound like the same repeated robot, and you want to work on rhythm. Write this down if you're watching. I do have a video on my channel. If you just type in blues rhythm, it's a recent video, so you gotta, I forgot what it is. Damn it. I forgot what it's called. It's something about like blues rhythm, or having trouble soloing in your blues, think about your rhythm, something like that. It goes over how important the rhythm is, all right? And so today, again, we are just going to talk. We're going to talk, us, you, all of us, and we're just going to forget about the world for about half hour, 45 minutes, if that's okay, all right? How has YouTube changed my life and career? That's a great question. Let's not, I mean, I know you guys are here, and listen, I go live a lot. So if I don't talk about guitar and theory and stuff, don't hate me. I will in the future, but we're just talking. How has YouTube changed my life? Well, it's changed my life dramatically. 3.5 years ago, I was just teaching in a guitar studio. And my friend Sean Daniel was like, hey, you should open up the YouTube channel. And I didn't want to at first, and I did. And it took off. And I want to explain this all to you. And I think I even said this on my last live feed, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But, oh, there he is right there. There, Sean Daniel. Speak of the devil, he's right there. That was great. I feel like you were just waiting and waiting. Sean Daniel is a beast. And you know, I'll explain this. I've always taught guitar, not as, I know it sounds weird. You might get this, and you might be like, oh, this is just bullshit, you know, whatever. But the idea behind StichMethod isn't necessarily about learning the guitar. It's about you as a human being building confidence to work towards your goal of learning the guitar. It's always been, what's up, Ricky? It's always been about the human element, the learning experience, the ability to take something that you didn't know, make it clear, and then all of a sudden you know it, and give everyone a good feeling of success. And that's what StichMethod has always been about. And it changed my life in the sense that, yeah, I get to do what I love 24/7. I'm going to be traveling around the country soon. Hopefully, if this whole thing dies down, I don't have a timeline now because there's all this crap. But that's everything. That's how it has changed my life, because, you know, before I'd go to a Fish concert or Grateful Dead concert and like I just be this guy in the crowd. And what's flattering is now when I walk around, people are like, oh my God, you're Stitch. I get to give them a hug and shake their hand. Now I'm just going to have to kind of give them the elbow. But the idea is, I know that I'm having a positive effect in this niche community, and it makes me extremely happy and proud. And when I wake up every morning, I kind of like go, oh my God, like this is just amazing that I'm having such a positive effect on people. So it makes me happy. I hope that answers your question. Now we'll talk more. Anyway, I'm gonna look. Let's see other questions. Let's see. Your Stitch method changed my guitar playing life, but I feel like I'm getting stuck in the method when I am soloing. How do you break out of this? Oh, that's a great question, and I know you're a huge fan of Stitch Method, but let's just talk about that. That's a great question. Is like, how do you keep on practicing and practicing, but you're kind of doing the same thing, and you got it down, but you're not that musical? Ed, can I ask you a question? Ed Mattingly, do you play with a band? And this is a very, very important thing. You know, if you guys don't know this by now, I like the bands Grateful Dead and Fish, right? And these are jam bands, and some people might, I do not, he says, I do not. You cannot change as a guitar player, and you cannot be dynamic and feel like you're empowered and in control of this guitar unless you're playing with other humans that sorry, yes, Lego. Other humans that you have the ability to change the direction. They have the ability to change you. I mean, if any of you guys are in bands and let's say your drummer gets sick, right? And this happened to the Beatles, by the way, and you get a new drummer, you play differently because the drummer, you know, the drummer just has such a huge impact on the band. And so I love listening to drummers. And so that's what happened when Ringo stepped in. They're like, okay, Pete Best, you're out. Ringo's in, because they just played better. So I'm not trying to say you'll never get better, but if there are blues jams or friends to play with that can influence your direction on the guitar, because when you're just playing into a looper, it's that thing over and over and over again, and you're putting a lot of pressure on you, and you don't want to do that, right? All right, so I'll stop talking there. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Again, we're just talking. We're talking. And again, I don't know if you saw my latest Reba video, but I talk about how, you know, when you start off the loop, it has to be a slow loop. And then when you get into the faster part, you have to stop and you have to really kind of speed up that loop. And that I didn't speed up the loop, sorry. I listened to a 4-bar loop for 4 hours. I don't see the problem. That's good. That's good. Yes, I did a Reba McEntire lesson. No. It's a Fish song. It's probably one of the best Fish songs to catch live, you know? And so I hope that helps, all right? I'm just gonna keep on reading stuff. Oh my God. Okay, so somebody. Okay, Red Wallace, is blues in C minor over C major progression. Wait, the blues is C minor over C major progression, and country is the E minor blues scale over G progression. Rock and pop is C major scale over C major progression, for example. I think you nailed it right there. What he's saying is the blues and okay. Oh God, you know. I'm going to say this once. My Blues Masterclass 2 is on sale for 50% off for the next 4 days. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. But if we're going to talk about blues, in my blues primer playlist, I talk about, you know, if an alien came down, right? If an alien came down and said, what's the blues? You're going to say, well, it's these minor pentatonics, not necessarily over major chord progressions, it can be, but also dominant chord progression, dominance. And that's the sound of it. And then country, Sean, you're here. Sean Daniels here. We did a hold on, Sean, are you here? I'm gonna answer your question. We did a video about mistakes in music, and it shouldn't really have been called mistake in music because the blues actually was the twist. But country is okay. You have the same, you know, major or dominant progression, and we put the major pentatonic stuff on it, and so okay, that video that you and I made 3 years ago, Sean. Where we're talking about country music, everyone thinks we are as high as a kite. If you look at the comments on that video, everyone's, you guys smoked a big fat fatty. You guys are so high. And it's just so funny because when you look at it, when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I can totally see that right there. But it's the funniest thing because we're giggling, we're laughing. That's true. But for some reason, Sean, this video, everyone's just like, you guys are as high as a kite, okay? You were shocked when you found out that Sean was sober. Don't do that. But listen, sobriety is a great thing sometimes, okay? It's great. I'm pretty sure everyone... Oh, I just missed that. You're... Hold on, I'm pretty sure that everyone... they think you're baked 24/7. All right. Is it bad to try and learn too many scales at once? That's a great question. That's a great question. Okay, that's a great question. How do I answer that? Let me think. Let you guys talk amongst yourselves for a second. Is it bad to learn too many scales at once? There's a yes and there's a no here, okay? There's a yes and a no. We've all heard of empty calories, right? Empty calories. I'm a big fan of these things. Calories that aren't going to do any good, like chips and buffalo pretzels, vegan marshmallows, right? These things you like, but they're not doing your body any good. And if you're practicing scales, just to practice scales, and get your exercises down, I get that. I get that. To me, that's not the best way to do it. It's practicing scales with a purpose. Okay, I'm going to practice my Dorian scale with a Dorian backing track. I'm going to practice my Mixolydian. Hey, vegan marshmallows are very good. I have a package right on the other side of that door. Dorian scales with Dorian progressions, minor pentatonics over different progressions, and learning the tastiness of them. But just to practice scales, that's just a technical thing. I hope that's my opinion. Okay, it's just my opinion. Just my opinion. All right, so next question. When the light bulb goes off and you can see how and why they all fit together, takes you to the next level. Yes, they're really good. Okay, and with timing. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Eggman says once you learn the scales, stop and then work on incorporating it so it's music. I 100% agree. What's in regular marshmallows that keeps them from being vegan? Fish gelatin. Gelatin made from fish. That's all. And listen, I'm not a preacher here. I'm not a preacher. I've been vegan for a long time. I'm not a healthy vegan, but I just don't eat animal stuff. And to each their own. To each their own. Whatever makes you happy. God bless you. All right. What's your opinion on shredding? Shredding. Well, okay. I'm glad you brought this up because I'm not a fan of shredders. I'm not a fan of any sort. Okay, let's time out here. I have I love a group of guitar players, okay? Trey Anastasio, Jimmy Page, Mark Knopfler, Jerry Garcia, and all these people. Now, I'm going to say something. There are moments where you're at a concert and you're like, these guys are shredding. But there's a difference between these guitar players and shredders, okay? These guitar players adhere to the moment of the music. They are involved with the music. They're playing with the chord tones, they're playing with the right scales, they're playing with their band, they're moving. And these moments of shredding, whether it's a 5-second blast or a 20-second blast, I don't consider it as shredding. I consider it like moving the song really fastly and still paying attention to what's going on. Then there's a group of guitar players who I'm not going to name that I just can hate to listen to because all they do is shred and they don't say anything. And to me personally, what they're doing, they might be the nicest players in the world, nicest people in the world. But I feel like they're like, look what I can do. You can't do this. Look what I can do. You can't do this. And you're just listening to me because I can do this and you can't. And you're going to feel terrible about yourself. And when you listen to this, you're just going to say, wow, that sounds so hard. And to me, it's not fucking music. That's not music. That's guitar masturbation. And I am not about it. So there you go. I hope that, I'm really just trying to shoot it straight with you, okay? And if my opinion offends you, I'm sorry, okay? I am so sorry. Listen to Bob Weir isolate guitar sometimes. Yes, okay. I like it when you went over Reba, the 2 arpeggios separately, E flat and F, and then every note fits in the B flat major scale. Mind-blowing. Then it was the Dorian shape. I know, Matt, if you are a fan of Fish, go look at my Reba video that I just made. If you're not a fan of Fish, go and just type in, here's the deal. If you're not a fan of Fish, and I will never try to push a Fish on anyone except right now. Type in Fish, Phish, Reba live, okay? And then skip to, I don't know, the 4-minute mark. You're gonna hear some composition, right? And then you're gonna hear this ba-bum, 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 and then listen from there. And just listen from there. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. All right, such an awesome chord voicings on Chan. I've heard Chan. Now, you know what's really funny about Chan? Chan and, oh my God, give me 1 second. Don Caballero, okay. No, Kevin, vegan marshmallows do not have fish gelatin or fish gelatin. There's a band called Don Caballero from a long time ago, and they're not shredders. They have this like ethereal stuff with this crazy drummer, and Chan reminds me a lot of them. So when I hear Chan, it kind of takes me back to my Don Caballero days. Pentatonic and chord tones are the best mix if you do it right, obviously. Yes, you're absolutely right. Who was that? Okay, Bartosz Ludwicki, I guess. Yes, and if you like pentatonics and chord tones, think Clapton, think David Gilmour, and think Trey Anastasio. These guys have these shed down scales that are very, very, very malleable, and they bring in their chord tones. And so when they bring in their chord tones, things pop. If you're playing diatonic scales all the time, and I'm going to say this, Jerry Garcia does this. He plays diatonics everywhere, and chromatics, but he's really hanging on chord tones like the monkey bars. He's like boom, boom, boom with chord tones, and the way he's getting there is through these beautiful. David Gilmour. I never heard of her. That made me laugh. Okay. All right. Hi from the UK. I'm loving the Blues Masterclass Part 1. And yes, I went through the primary list first. Thank you, Ian. I'm so glad you like it. That's awesome. Now, in case you want to hear, you know what? Let me explain something. Write this stuff down. It's funny to me, and I'm sure to Sean, as YouTubers, right, we make videos and we can remember like, oh, we made a video about that. And we assume, and I don't mean to sound rude, we assume that everyone has seen it. But that's not true at all. And so give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you what video to look up. If you're interested in learning how the pentatonic is malleable and how you can bring in your modes, let's see, hold on, StichMethod. I'm going to search on my phone. StichMethod, pentatonic. Give me a second. Everybody stay here. Don't move muscle. Pentatonic and modes. Let me see. I have to find it. Yes. Okay. The name of the video, it only has 8.8 thousand views, which is to me, I'm like, it's very low. It means that people haven't seen it and they're not interested in it. But it's just called Finding All Your Minor Modes from One Scale. Okay. So let's see if I can get is that backwards? But finding all your minor modes from one scale, that one right there, all right? And just look at it, and it's going to show you how you have your minor pentatonic, and you can bring in some like modal notes and get some color in there if you want to. All right, you need some vegan marshmallows. Don't get famished during this. Okay, check this out. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Here we go. Stay right here. Stay right here. Don't move muscles. Everybody just chill out. Chill out. Shh. 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 Of course, I'm not on my Wi-Fi, so this might take a second. Hold on. I can't do it this way. Hello? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Hello? Can you hear me? Hold on. I'm trying to call my wife. Here, I'm going to text her. Give me 1 second. Everybody just chill out. Everybody just chill out. We're all hanging out. We're trying to de-stress from the day. I just got to find my wife's. There we go. Just here. Can you bring me the marshmallows, please? Boom. All right. We'll have vegan marshmallows here in a little second. Okay. Let's continue with the questioning. Any questions? Questions about life. Let's just talk about life. Anybody stressed out? Anybody need some advice? Love advice? School advice? I don't know if I'm the one to give it. But let's see. I'm an older player and I made mistakes of learning the minor pen. Whoa. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mentioned oh my God. Thank you. All right, so I appreciate it. I was just talking about this. Everybody's like, "There's vegan marshmallows." I'm like, "There's vegan marshmallows." I'm gonna show them. So I'll show you. Okay, so all right. So if any of you guys know this company, thank you, John Velasquez. Very nice of you. You don't have to donate, but that donation covered my bag of vegan marshmallows. All right, and here they are, and they're delicious. And I will all share one with you. Here you go, perfect. And I'll have one myself. Delicious. All right. Anyway, I don't know where we are. It's late, but my guitar addiction stops me from sleeping. Any tip? Wait. It's late, but my guitar addiction stops me sleeping. Any tips? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know about that. Well, you know what? Give me a second. No, let me think about that. Let me think about that. No, I'm not stoned. I just like vegan marshmallows. What was my first rig? Okay. My first rig was a knockoff cream-colored Strat that I got from Sam Ash. That I remember I was on the phone with Karen Todd from high school. We were talking about a social studies class or something, and I dropped the guitar on my tile floor, just like I did my PRS over there, and chipped it. And it was a cream-colored Strat, and I was playing through a oh my God. What was cheap? Kramer. I was playing through a Kramer amp, and that was my first rig. And then after that, my dad bought me the Les Paul, which is right here. This guy. Okay, there we go. Then my dad got me that when I was about 13, and then I upgraded to some Fender amps and stuff. But okay, so my Yamaha amp, believe it or not, I broke it. It's being repaired. So right now, you can probably see this. I'm playing through my cheap little Line 6 that I've had since Sean knows this amp. Sean knows this amp quite well. This is the amp that I used to teach on all the time. So this is just my backup amp. And that's why, if you haven't noticed, the quality of my videos, like, the sound is not that good because I'm not going through the right channels, and I'm like, oh, I still need to make a video, so let's just pray it's all clay. Okay. Yeah, I think it was Crate amps. Crate. Not Kramer, thank you. Crate amp. Okay, so somebody just wrote, I'm not good at soloing or improvising with a pentatonic. All right, Bat Flip 09. I do have a guitar injury, and we'll talk about that. Bat Flip 09 says, I'm not good at improvising using a pentatonic. Any advice? All right, so I don't know how many people here, and there's a lot of you, and I thank you so much for being here. I don't know how many of you know what I'm about to say, but I preach this all the time, especially to my students who sit in this room and I talk to. What is rule number 1? Oh, wait, I think Jim got it. I think Jim just wrote rule number 1. But what is rule number 1 of a pentatonic scale? And I preach this, and you got to feel this in your bones, and we'll talk about why I say it. So I'll sit here. I'll have another vegan marshmallow. I don't want to waste these. I don't even think my kids know that I have these, but they'll find out when we watch this, huh? Yes! Where is it? David got it. Dave Hoffmeister. Always sounds good. All right? Always sounds good. And so for the man who just, or lady who just asked, I'm having a hard time soloing or improvising my pentatonic, you have to understand something. The pentatonic always sounds good. All right? No matter what. And no matter what you're looking for is you're looking for a magical scale that has confidence built into it. But what you have to understand is that the confidence is in the pentatonic. So if you can play the notes with confidence, and all you gotta do is, if you look at my video how to actually use a pentatonic, you just need to know where the root is. And so I'm gonna solo this backing track. I think it's just D minor to G, right? So I have D minor pentatonic. Okay, so now, I know this thing is gonna always sound good. So I'm gonna play with confidence. Now, when you're playing with confidence on something that has confidence built into it, you're going to play better. And that's my story. All right, let's talk more. All right, I feel like we haven't been able to do more same shit every song. I need more tricks or variety. Okay, so Adam Lewis, you're doing the same stuff. You got to go play with a band. You also got to really say to yourself, I'm playing the same stuff, but you're playing the same stuff in a cluster. What you need to do is play the same stuff individually for hours, just one thing, and then realize that that can take you in different places. Okay, how do I get good at changing chord tones during solos? Simon, hear me out. I hope we're all having a good time. I'm sorry I'm eating in front of you if you are hungry, but vegan marshmallows are delicious. Oh my God, I finally found you live. How you doing, buddy? All right, so hold on. Who just asked? Who just asked about finding their chord tones? Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Everybody stay right here. I'm not going to be as on today as I usually am because we're just loose. We're loose today. We're talking about everything. I know we're talking a lot about guitar theory. Here. All right. Have you seen this video? Whoever said I'm having a hard time seeing chord tones. This video, I'll put it right at the top. Okay? Seeing arpeggios. Okay, that thing. It's called Seeing Arpeggios and Chord Tones, Practice for Better Something, okay? That video, StichMethod, chord tones, right there, it's gonna be blurry, okay? I'm sorry it's gonna be so blurry. But the idea is that video pretty much says, hey, if you're having a hard time seeing chord tones, here's an idea. Practice in chord tones. Sorry, I'm just throwing it your way, okay? Respect both ways. Here we go. All right. Let's do a question about life. Who here any tips for phrasing on Fire the Mountain? Oof. I have a video on it, but I'm not gonna answer that. Kevin, you're the VIP. You are the VIP. We just posting that video. I want a life question. That's what I want. I want to talk about life. I can play guitar. I can teach guitar. And I know you're here to learn guitar, but we're here just to de-stress in the day, take the stress from the social distancing and the COVID-19 and all the stuff that's happening out there, which is frightening as crap to some people. Some people think it's very benign. But the word is that I voted by mail, Kevin, so I hope that's okay. Because that's what I do. All right, so, if that makes sense. Oop, I'm going to toss this. All right, life is guitar. Let's see. Stop watching media. What drew you to guitar? The band that drew me to guitar was Guns N' Roses. It was Sweet Child of Mine. It was that era. And believe it or not, I might have said this story. I think I just said it last week, but I really wanted to play bass because I thought that Duff McKagan, A, was cool, and B, his bass line was sick in that song. And so my friend was like, don't play bass. My dad has an extra guitar. Here's a guitar. And I was like, all right, cool. And I started playing it. And no, Slash is not overrated. Slash, okay, here's the deal. Ready? This guy, where are you? Somebody's wrote, okay, Chronologic says Slash is overrated. Let me tell you why Slash is not overrated. It's the 9 Inch Nails paradox that makes Slash not overrated. When 9 Inch Nails came out, they were on the leading edge of this angry electronic rock thing. Trent Reznor was the coolest fucking dude in the world, and they were just on the edge of the universe of music, pushing through it, and everybody loved it. Some people hated it, but they loved it. They carved their way through it. And then they stopped. They stopped playing music. And then all of a sudden, all these people and bands came out that were super influenced by 9 Inch Nails. And then 9 Inch Nails came out and came back out, and it was like, we've heard this before. Like, where have we heard this before? And it's like, this sound is so old already. Now, Slash was awesome for his time in the late 80s, early 90s. He was super colorful. He was using these cage methods and these super fast 3-note per string, like chromatic run type things, and doing them with awesome, awesome color. And he inspired so many guitar players, right? And then all of a sudden music starts coming out with guitar players mimicking them. You're hearing it in the clubs, you're hearing it everywhere. And as it goes on, he becomes less inspiring, but I'm telling you, he was like the first, man. And that's my stance. Vegan marshmallows, man. Yeah. So good. All right, what else is there? What else we got? I'll stay here as long as we need to. Oh yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, Chronologic, but you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. What's very important to me is that everybody has their space to say something they want to say, and I respect it. All right. Alan Collins said to me, okay, how do we practice with a band when we can't hang out with each other in the same room? Well, that's effed, right? Well, Mark, great way to bring the logic of music right back down to ground zero. That's a hard question. That's a very hard question, but I think I have an idea. We'll see if I can do it. Okay. So yeah, favorite vegan recipe. Oh man, I don't know. I have so many. I'm like, I cook all the time. I mean, hold on for a second. Hold on. Stay here. We're just talking about life right now. If you want to go, you go. Send Sophia in. Okay. We'll find out in a second. Curry's very good. Okay. Ian, this current event sucks, but how are you compensating? Well, that's a great question. I do teach lessons in the studio. People walk in here. I emailed everyone. I said, hey, we're going fully digital. Okay, fully digital. And now it's just opened up some more time since I don't have to travel sometimes because I travel a lot. And so will be taking on some more students now. Still doing YouTube, of course, and spending more time with the family, so it's really not that bad, but everyone's stressful. So like today I did go out. I had to go out anyway because I was running low on things, and I bought my kids like some stuff to entertain them, just because like they're on spring break now, but they realize like they might not be going back to school, so they're getting a little stir crazy. Good night, Donnie. Thank you for being here. Thank you. All right, so what happened to GVF? What is that? I don't know. Okay. Have you ever thought about giving up guitar? Oh yeah, absolutely. There was a point in guitar, guys. There was a point when I was a freshman at Syracuse University, and I just like put the guitar down. You know, it was like I was frustrated with it. It wasn't part of my life. You know, I guess because when you're entering college, it was like a whole new world, and I just put the guitar down. Not like I didn't say, okay, I'm putting it down. You just put it down one day, and then I didn't pick it up for like a year and a half. And why are you gonna break down and cry? Don't break down and cry. And then I actually transferred schools, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, yeah, guitar. But there is a point where it gets frustrating. And again, Sean and I, if you're still watching, we made a video. I went to Syracuse from 1998 through 2000, and then I transferred schools. But we made a video about how to get out of a guitar rut, and sometimes you just got to put it down. It's just, you just gotta put it down, and that's the truth. I mean, you'll come back to it, but sometimes you have, like, you just, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna do it. I'd love to have someone to play with, but my wife doesn't know how to know a guitar from a Chevy. Well, in that case, tell her that you're gonna go buy a guitar, get yourself a Tahoe. Okay. So thank you so much for the teaching good stuff for guitar on YouTube. Oh, it's awesome. Gary Moore. Gary Moore is great. I should do a video on Gary Moore. What are you watching on Netflix? Nothing. I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. You know what this guy? Okay, let's take a guess. Let's take a guess. What does this guy like to do for fun? There's two things I like to do for fun. Two things. 4 or 5 of you might know this from personal conversations on the phone. I never saw the Grateful Dead live. Jerry died in '95. I was still in high school. I've only seen Dead and Company. I've seen Phil and Friends. I've seen Rhythm Devils. I've seen Billy and the Kids. But I never saw the Dead. Okay. Too many drugs at Q's. There was a lot of drugs at Q's. I'm not gonna lie. I can tell you some stories. But there's some. All right. Long walks on the beach. No. Okay. Read Jigsaw. No. Okay. So number one, the one thing I still miss Jerry. The one thing that I do love to do as much as possible, and your guys are gonna like roll your eyes and be like, "Oh, I don't care." And both these things have nothing to do with guitar. Okay. Number one, I live very close to the airport, and for some reason, aviation, just watching planes take off and land. For some reason, and I cannot even tell you why, it puts me in a different mindset. It is the most stress-relieving thing I've ever done in my life. I will park at that airport and watch the 737s come in, and it's just like, and I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. I just sit there, and people look at me because they're like, "Oh, that's just a drug dealer sitting in the truck," and I'm like, "No, I just want to watch planes." No, but the idea is, love it. I love that. I can't get enough of it. All right. Number two is absolutely nothing. I love literally like doing nothing and meditating in my own head for as long as I can and kind of decompressing the world. Okay, you come here. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. And kind of decompressing and napping. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, also, that's my wife. The napping. Taking a nap, decompressing, sitting in my own mind, and then napping. There you go. Okay, so you're too funny. So people were asking, like, what's my favorite vegan recipe to cook? But, like, what are some things that I cook that's really good? I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a huge blank.
For foods?
For foods. I mean, I cook every day, right? Every day.
Yeah,
and nonstop. But like, I can't even think about.
Like.
I made vegan.
Okay, so obviously, like, everything is vegan.
Everything's vegan, yeah.
But it would be like pancakes, omelets, French toast.
Pancakes for breakfast. Pancakes, omelets, French toast, cakes. I made cake yesterday.
Lemon chicken.
A Chinese lemon chicken. You know, like that's what I made today. Vegan pasta Alfredo.
Yeah,
General Chow's tofu. And that lemon garlicky chickpea spinach thing.
Yeah.
There was a point where I used to love making. Remember, I mean, this is
my birthday cake challenges.
Yeah, every birthday my wife has, who's standing right behind the camera, she comes up with a flavored cake that she wants me to make, and I accept the challenge. And this past year was
buttered popcorn.
Buttered popcorn cake, and I made it. And then it was buttered popcorn cake and pistachio cake.
And pistachio cheesecake.
Pistachio cheesecake. Anyway, I love cooking. So it's look at this. He says vegan yuck. Dude, corn chips are vegan, and you eat those all the time. So shut up. Okay, so thank you, sweetie. Love you. All right, so more questions. Do I have a weed garden? No. Okay. Oh my God, this is so funny. What fish song did you get fish? Oh, great. That's a good question. It was okay. There was two songs that did it for me. 2 songs, and I'm gonna play it wrong because I never really learned how to play it right. But that was one of them, and just that like. corn, but really it's ice. The song It's Ice, like, that song It's Ice, I mean, that song's incredible to me. What is that really fast pick and Trey does? What goes on there? It's so funny. I was just talking to my student. It's like, I don't even understand it. It's so good. It's got these flapping, like I know what you're talking about, that those triplets with a flap. I can sit and study it. So, yeah, Maze was really good. Anyway, okay, we can talk about fish. Let's not talk about fish. Before we go, and I gotta go in a couple minutes, how is everybody doing? You guys doing okay? Are you guys trying to self-quarantine? Are you guys trying to stay home? Does it suck? Are you playing more guitar? Are you watching videos? Is that my cat behind me? This thing? Yeah, that's my cat. You're nervous. And it's okay. I'm letting you know it's okay. I really want to let you all know it's okay to feel the feels right now. Like, it's okay. You're human, right? I'm just letting you know. You're a nurse. Oh, are you really a nurse? Hey, man. Ed, so good to hear from you. All's good there. I am a nurse. All right. Listen, this person's a nurse, and they might tell you have nothing to worry about or you have something to worry about. But the truth is, if you're worrying about something, it's just temporary. Like, as in, not the situation. You're worried. And if you're not worried, that can be temporary too. I'm not trying to scare you. But am I going to finish the... am I going to finish the whipping post video? No, probably not. So... probably not. Playing guitar for toilet paper. Oh yeah. So the cost of my lessons is now 50 rolls of toilet paper for a half hour. My God, it's so funny. Residents, you need to know what the roots are in all your scales. Those are important target notes. That's very true. All right. Well, guys, listen. I'm gonna get going. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Spreading exponentially like some recursive virus. That's the best way to do it. Anybody doesn't know that? That is from Gula Papyrus by Fish. I don't know why I didn't even. I don't know why. Damn it. 1 second. I don't even know if I remember how to play that. Give me 1 second. Oh, I haven't played that in like 20 years right there. Well, you guys, go have a good night. Thank you for joining me. I know this is it was just a hangout. Just a hangout. We're going to hang out. We're going to feel good. You guys rock. I hope that you're all smiling and you feel a little bit lighter stress-wise and musical-wise. And you guys are awesome. I appreciate you too very much. All of you do stay safe. Stay safe is what I'm trying to say. I got a really good idea for a video for next week. And we'll see how it goes. I just got to organize it in a good old noggin. You know, watch some planes. The Blues Primer Place is genius. Thank you for doing it. Thank you, man. Again, last thing. Blues Masterclass 2, 50% off right now. Go get it if you haven't had it. Blah, 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 blah. You guys rock. All of you, each and every one of you here, you all rock. Thank you so much. Have a very peaceful evening. We'll talk very soon. Bye-bye.